Hey folks, I'm Michael and welcome back to the channel. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for your daily dose of awful stories. Let's dive into the first post made in the relationship advice subreddit. The post is titled, "I accidentally cheated on my girlfriend. She has a twin and I slept with her twin sister. What do I do? I'm 23 and from Katowice, Poland. Sorry if my English isn't perfect. My girlfriend Dominika, 22, has an identical twin sister named Malgosia. They look exactly alike and often wear the same clothes, which makes it even harder to tell them apart. Malgosia lives in Częstochowa, about an hour and a half away by train. She visits Katowice often since it's so close and usually stays for a couple of days. 2 nights ago, Malgosia, Dominika, and a bunch of our friends had a small house party. Bars and clubs are closed. We all got pretty drunk. Malgosia and Dominika were wearing the same clothes, again. Around 2 or 3 a.m., Dominika led me to the bedroom. We undressed each other and had sex. Nothing seemed off until the next morning. I had a bit of a hangover, but it wasn't too bad. I'd remembered to stay hydrated. Then I saw Malgosia's back as she stood there naked, and I realized I'd fucked up. Dominika has a large scar on her back from an accident in the army. Also, Dominika always wears black or blue panties while Malgosia's were pink. I vaguely remembered one of them leaving early because she wasn't feeling well, but I was too drunk and just assumed it was Malgosia. Why would Malgosia just grab me and start doing it with me? It felt so natural and normal, it didn't seem like it could have been anyone but Dominika. When Malgosia said, "How was it, sweetie?" I replied, "You're a fucking worthless sack of shit. Fuck you, Malgosia. How could you do such a thing?" She started laughing, and now I'm wondering if she might actually be a psychopath or something. She also begged me not to tell Dominika. What do I do? Dominika might not believe me and could think I slept with her sister on purpose. If she does believe me, she'll be furious and might break up with me because I was irresponsible enough to mistake her for her twin. There'll also be major family drama. I feel incredibly guilty. I can't keep this a secret. I need to tell her. Please, I need advice on how to handle this situation. Help me. OP's in a nightmare straight out of a bad rom-com gone wrong, but if I were him, I'd be furious at Malgosia's predatory stunt while owning my drunk mistake. Tell Dominika immediately, because secrets like this explode worse. Identical twins in matching clothes at a drunken house party. Sure, mix-ups happen, but Malgosia grabbing you, leading to the bedroom, undressing, and banging like it's routine screams, deliberate impersonation, cut Malgosia cold, block, exposed to family if needed. The second story for today was made in the relationship subreddit. The post is titled, "My husband is destroying our lives and I don't know how to get him to care about it. We've been together for 8 years and married for 3. Back in January, my husband's company was bought out by another firm and they declined to keep any of the workers. There was already a lot of resentment because 4 out of the boss's 5 children worked there and came and went as they pleased, leaving everyone else to pick up the slack. To make matters worse, shortly before the buyout, his boss accidentally sent a spreadsheet with everyone's pay for the year, and he discovered the boss's kids were making 3 times what everyone else earned for doing the same job. He was extremely hurt by the whole situation and said he wanted a couple of weeks to think about where he wanted to go from here and whether he wanted an entirely different career path. I didn't agree, but I went along with it on the condition that he start applying for jobs in 2 weeks, since my pay could only cover rent, insurance, and utilities. I also can't pick up more hours because I'm already full-time at my job, and I'm a full-time student who's technically not supposed to work more than 15 hours a week and could be kicked out of my program for doing so. Months have passed and he still has no job. He refuses to apply for jobs because it's too stressful. So I've been applying to jobs for him, and when they reach out for an interview, he ignores them. We've burned through our savings and had to start using credit cards for groceries, gas, and other expenses. All of our credit cards are officially maxed out, and we have no way to pay them. I thought that might be a wake-up call for him to finally get a job, but it wasn't. I caved and got a second job, so now I'm either working or in school 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. I'm exhausted. I've had to stop taking the medication I've been on for 15 years for anxiety and depression because we can't afford the $25 copay. We haven't bought a single Christmas present and have no idea how we're going to. There are days when we don't eat because we have no food and no way to buy any. We're about 2 months behind on 2 of the credit cards, the ones conveniently in my name, because he still pays his own, even though it puts our bank account in the negative. My 800 credit score has plummeted to 575. Whenever I try to talk to him about how royally screwed we are, he acts like it's a personal attack. He constantly complains about how boring it is sitting at home 24/7, then gets mad at me when he wants to go out and do something, but I have to be the reality check and remind him we have no money. I've been begging, crying, and pleading for months to get any job, even a temporary one, but he just won't do it, and I don't know what else to say. I don't want to give him an ultimatum and threaten to leave, but it might come to that. How can I get through to him just how serious this situation is? Ginger Lorax said, divorce. It'll be easier to support just yourself than him, and it might force him to legally provide alimony. He knows how serious things are. He probably noticed around the time you stopped eating. He just doesn't care. He's probably suffering from mental health issues that therapy could help. But honestly, you don't have time for him to sort that out. You need him working now. Hopeful Original said, you'll have to do the hard thing. Save yourself. He won't. He's okay with seeing you put your future, your program in jeopardy and work 2 jobs. He's fine with you scrimping and hurting your own finances. He's deep in his feelings, I'm sure of it. But at some point, the suffering of your partner should knock some sense into you. Everyone will say, talk to him as if you haven't already done that a zillion times, begging and pleading. I think the next talk should be you telling him to move out. It costs too much to feed and support him on your efforts alone, so he needs to go. Also, look into local aid. Yes, food banks and food pantries. You'll have food and at least save that cost while you get things sorted. He's content to wallow and be sad that the world didn't make his family rich business owners. But them's the breaks, and us working class nobodies get shafted a lot. Too bad, so sad. He needs mental health help and all sorts of things, but he can figure that out after he gets a job. You have no time for his personal journey, not with the way things are going financially. He can do like the rest of us, earn his bread and then get help. He doesn't seem to understand what real stress is. He needs to be thrown into it, because without you to take the brunt of everything, he'll find that the stress of working is actually better than the stress of not working once he has to fend for himself. This third and final story was made in the AIO subreddit. The post is titled, "Fiance keeps looking at naked women online, but doesn't look at me or even touch me. My fiance keeps looking at naked women on all his apps, following OnlyFans creators, adding in multiple girls on social media, etc. I've told him multiple times, literally over 10 times since we've been together, that I don't like it and that I think it's disrespectful. He blames it on me being insecure or says it's my BPD and that I'm tripping. He'll come up with some BS excuse for why it was on his phone, then say it shouldn't matter because he's not talking to the girls. Mind you, we don't have a sex life at all. He doesn't touch me. He doesn't even look at me the same anymore. If I initiate sex, he pushes me off or makes an excuse about why he's not in the mood, which I understand, but to not even want to look at me when I'm naked, never calling me beautiful or pretty or anything, I'm honestly just so tired of it. It's really making me feel defeated and disgusted with myself. Would you care if your significant other did this, or am I overreacting?